Right, what's up guys? In here with a quick little how-to, and sorry I gotta start the video like this, but viewer retention drops off and then I have a lot of people trying to contact me in the wrong way. So social media links are down in the description below. Instagram is the one I'm most active on. You can shop and browse around vhbengines.com. If you're trying to buy something and you want to talk to me directly, don't send me an email. I check those like once a month. It's just too much to go back and forth. It's too slow communication. Hit me up on Instagram. It's the fastest way to get a response. If you got tech questions you want to ask me, put them in the comments down below. If you're hitting me up in the DMs for tech questions, I'm not going to answer them. All right, now with that out of the way, real quick. So this is the first like built D series head I've had to do, which is crazy considering how long I've been putting together high powered Honda engines. But generally speaking, most people that build single cams, they're looking for the 400 horsepower range, which is just cast pistons, performance cast pistons and H beams. Don't really need to build the head up too much unless you're trying to rev the fuck out of it. So I had some questions going into it that I wasn't sure exactly what to do. I've never seen a dual spring package for a D series. I don't believe that they make them. I know that Brian Crowder are the go-to springs for D series head upgrades, and they're single springs. So the thing is, I have a bunch of different valve spring compressor tools. I have like one that bolts onto the head and it uses a handle for each individual one. I have, and of course, then I have the ones where they're specific tools for the head where they mount to the head and thread down. And then I have this tool right here. And I know there's also like an AutoZone one where it's like it does like a twin clamp and has a star twist on it where you kind of crunch the spring down and then put the valve keepers in. So I didn't know if I was gonna have to buy that one or if I could use this. So this is just to tell you real quick that you can use this. This is also it's a removal slash installation tool. You pull the head off of it and it's got magnets in there. You whack it with a hammer. It pulls the keepers out like that. So that's how you remove it, and you can install with this. So when I got the spring kit in, I kind of gave it a test squeeze with my hands just to see how hard it would be, or two hands on there to see how hard it would be. It is definitely noticeably stiffer than the original spring, but not so stiff that I didn't think I could use it this way. So just to go through installation real quick, it was just too much. I didn't feel like fucking actually doing it on video. I'm going to tell you how to do it. You should be able to replicate without too much issue. So you want to be able to keep this the valve from sliding up and down too much when you're trying to do the installation, because obviously you're going to have the keepers in the fucking in the retainer, so the keepers are going to be also bumping into the valve as you try and go down, which is going to it's going to want to make the valve drop down. So you got to get a piece. Jesus Christ, got my Tyson going on here. You want to get a piece of the cloth. I just grabbed a shirt. You don't want anything like this, because if you try to compress on this, when you bunch this up, you're going to snag pieces of it off. So get something that's not linty and shit. Bunch it up into a tight ball, and then you put it into the dish on the bottom where the valves are. You put it in there, press the head down nice and firm, and you give the valve a little test push. Now, you can still find, sometimes it's kind of hard to bunch up where you're going to still find a lot of play up and down. So you want to try and just get it to where it's the least amount of movement as possible. So that way it's not sliding down as you're trying to press into it. And then, get it on there, push the head down firmly, and then grab your tool. And when you're doing the spring, you kind of want to turn your head to where you can see the valve itself, and then line up the hole as centered as possible. And instead of trying to give it like a quick push down, you want to give a slow and steady push. You might hear a little bit of a crunch because of that, as the keepers are starting to pass the valve. And then, slow and steady as far as down as you can get it, and then slowly release back up, because there is still a chance that you might hook one side of the keeper and not both at the same time. So if you only hook one, you don't want to release it too fast and have it shoot out and disappear. So you just want to slowly release. And if you do have one in and one out, just press down again slowly, and it should drop in. For the most part, these went in without issue. I just had to pay better attention to what I was doing when I was doing the other side. And definitely recommend that you also have another shirt or something that you can put on the acid of this. Yesterday I was just straight raw palming the metal, and it fucking destroyed my hand just to do the intake side. So when I did finish it this morning, I just put a shirt on it, and it was, I mean, it's still, still feeling it, but nowhere near as bad as it yesterday. Like yesterday, it took me 4 or 5 hours to recover my hand just from one side. This time, it was much faster and way less pain. And this time, I was doing the opposite, where the spark plug tubes are, which makes it a little bit more of a pain in the ass because you're kind of like you're jockeying for space. So technically, this is a harder side, and I did it quicker than I did the other day, just because I was a lot more comfortable when I was doing it. But also too, just the last thing to point out is these springs use because again they're not dual springs, they're just single springs. They do use the stock seats for the valve, so there's no upgrade there. It's just the springs, retainers, and keepers. Yeah, so I just figured I'd make this video real quick because when I started to get prepared to do it, I was just kind of poking around, and I seen that people had like little assembly videos, but they didn't really talk about what tools they were using or whatnot. And I know I didn't show the example, but like I said, there really isn't too much to it. I mean, most people that are building engines or whatnot, they're already familiar with what tools or options are available. And I was just letting you know, just like in my case, do I have to buy another tool, or is the tool I already have going to be worth, is going to be enough? And it is. You can do this relatively easy with just the regular hand compressor. And here it is. It's all assembled, nice and pretty and ready to go. All right, guys. So again, social media links are in the description down below. Yes, you can use VHP engines to buy directly, but you will get charged an extra fee because the website charges me a fee, so I have to increase the prices to balance that out. Although you're not going to see that until you check out. The actual prices you see on the page are representative of what the prices are. It's just the fees are included at checkout. So again, if you want to know what availability is and whatnot, hit me up directly on Instagram. I don't check emails regularly enough. It's just like, it's almost like sending an actual letter, guys. I don't get notifications for that shit. Most of the stuff in there is junk. Gotta hit me up on Instagram. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and peace.